Hey YouTube, what's going on? It's Chris here. Wanted to bring you guys something that was on my mind today. And if you guys could like, subscribe, all that, I really appreciate it. So guys, I know going through this market that we've been in has been extremely tough. For me, for everyone. It just has been because this was a learning experience and is a learning experience. Guys, I want you to understand that what we're going through and what I hope you guys have learned as well through this bear market, we have potentially been through one of the sharpest bear markets in all markets. I mean, we really have seen altcoins lose 85 to 90% of their value, guys. And I was just going through my book, Bear Market Game Plan, Strategies for Success in Choppy Markets. And a bull or bear market in traditional markets can be defined by about a 20 to 30% move in either direction. And we're looking at 82, guys. I mean, you have to realize we have dropped so far and so fast that there's going to be a reversal at some point. And this is where I believe that fear is more powerful even than greed. And there's a lot of people who are looking at this and saying, hey, you know what, I just need to pull out all my money. And these big guys, they're going to come in and they're going to buy all your stuff up dirt cheap, and they just took your money. And then there's going to be another run, whether that is today, whether it starts today, or whether it starts in a year from now. The cycle is going to end of the bear market, and I think we're going to see one of the biggest bull markets that we've ever seen, where this market cap could go to $3 trillion, $5 trillion. Because you have to think that you're having money from all around the world. This isn't just the United States. All around the world is going to be fighting for these digital assets, which there is only so many of them. So that's the reason, guys, like throughout this bear market, this has been the most valuable thing in the world to me, because most investors could never go through what we have went through, even with swing trading through it and doing different things. But I'm saying learning an actual severe bear market, almost living through like the depression of the past, but in cryptocurrencies this time. And as you see, we continue to do this, though, these market cycles, guys. The flavor of the year has been the 786 Fibonacci retracement. That's where everything's been retracing to, as opposed to, like the 50 or the 382, you know what I mean? Or in very bullish case, the 0.23, But I wanted to bring this quote to you. It says, "The stock market is a device for transferring money from the impatient to the patient." And that's by Warren Buffett. So as opposed to looking at a chart today, which a lot of people are looking at charts and things, why aren't we going through the psychology of these market cycles? Because this is the most important thing, guys. Like what this has taught me for the next bull run to come. Oh my goodness, guys. I am so excited to be here with you guys, because it was one of those things, fool me once, okay, that is what it is, but you're not going to fool me twice. And like I told you, I got into crypto a year ago, and before that I'd never been in any markets or anything like that. I would always hustle and flip stuff on Craigslist and, buy weights and then resell them and do different things like that, buy a treadmill and resell it, that type of stuff. So I was hustling like that, but I'd never done any of this, basically like trading or anything like that. I hadn't really thought about it. And then I was listening to a guy on YouTube, and it popped up, and he was talking about Ethereum. And he was talking about the Ethereum flash crash, where it dropped basically down to 10 cents real quick. And this guy who put in $300 just as a joke down there at 10 cents ended up hitting his buy order, and he became a millionaire essentially off $300. And I thought to myself, what the heck is this? Whoa, what's going on? And I started researching into it, and I went farther and farther down the rabbit hole, and here we are. But I wanted to tell you guys, don't be heartbroken about this market. Like, get in there, guys. This is what I'm doing. I'm reading the Bear Market Game Plan. I'm reading Riding the Bear, How to Prosper in Coming Bear Markets. Like, let's be experts on bear markets, because if we can get bear markets down, think how good, Lord willing, we could be in a bull market. And studying those tops, I mean, guys, we would know looking at that chart now. That was a blow off fifth wave. It was a blow off top. The RSI was at 98. MACD was starting to cross over, seeing the things that I know now that I didn't know then. There we go. Let's take some profits, guys, and then we're going to hold that money, and we're going to buy them back on the next retracement. It's just it's been something and an experience that it's hard to put into words. You can only live through it. You can't really explain it to most people. And most people don't understand market cycles. That's the problem. And they don't understand being patient. Guys, with how many Bitcoin there are, probably 15 million now or so with the lost ones, this, that, 15 million. That's it. For the whole world to fight over. How could Bitcoin at some point not be over $100,000? I mean, it very easily could go to $7 trillion alone, like gold. Gold, I believe, is around $7 trillion. So think about that. What if Bitcoin alone even had $1 trillion market cap? Where would its price be? Right now it has 120 billion. Think about that, guys. So that's what I'm here to bring to you. And I also wanted to read this little bit to you because I want to continue to educate you. And because when I help educate you, you help educate me, because I'm doing this with you, and I'm reading this stuff even more in depth because I'm bringing it to you. So this is helping everyone. That's what I'm so excited about. This is helping everyone. So this is chapter 2 of the bear market game plan. I'm just going to do like a page, guys, but I think it's really important because it's that psychology we've been talking about. Chapter 2, emotions of investing. Let's step back, take a deep breath, and look at the overall market. I want you to make an assessment of the emotions you are feeling, along with the things that you can see in the market. Now let's see how these emotions are having an impact on what you are doing with your money. Without question, the biggest challenge most investors face is controlling their emotions. Everyone has a point where they cross the line of reason and logic and allow their emotions to take over. If you could somehow identify where that point is, we could become better at avoiding it. The point where you cross over that line is not something you can figure out in your head. We know when we have crossed the line because we feel in the pit of our stomach. I am confident that you know that feeling I'm talking about. It's when you wake up at 3 a.m. and turn on the television on CNBC to check the S&P futures to see if you can get a read on whether the market will open up or down for the day. It's when you're out with your family and all you can think about is how you're going to break the news to your spouse that you lost the bulk of your children's college funds. We all know the feeling of being in a situation where there appears to be no way out. So we do the natural thing, we panic. Only after making a hasty decision do we finally realize that we usually buy or sell at the worst possible times. Emotions cloud your judgment, and if you ever need a clear head, it's when you're making a decision about your money. In a bear market, fear takes over and you become controlled by that emotion. I think fear is far more powerful emotion than greed for most investors. While greed gets us into the market when an opportunity may be minimal, fear will keep us out of a market when the opportunities are plentiful. Greed creates losses and fear creates lost opportunity. These emotional extremes are usually a signal that the market has either hit a top or a bottom. Fear is the emotion most often associated with bear markets. Most of us are afraid of losing money, and if we're not, you probably should be. The fear of losing money can be paralyzing. I have spoken with many people who have bought a stock and have held onto it for a long period of time. They are the classic buy and hold investors, and they have convinced themselves that they can ride out any downturn in the market. There is nothing wrong with investing for the long haul, but unfortunately, in a bear market, many of those investments can decline 10, 20, 30, 40, or even as much as 90%. If you're still holding one of these e-commerce stocks that were all the rage in 1999, you know the feeling. This bear market didn't stop with just the weak companies. Even the leaders like Cisco, Intel, Dell, and Microsoft are now trading for much, much less than they were at the beginning of 2000. So guys, that's what I also want you to think about. If you're just going to play some of these crap coins, to trade or swing or do different things like that, go for it. Use and abuse them. That's what I say. Use and abuse them like a Kleenex, essentially. It doesn't matter what you're buying or selling. If it's rice, if it's tissues, if it's cell phones, buy it and sell it. You want to buy it cheaper, you want to sell it higher. I know it sounds easier than it is, but we've all done it. So really focus, if you're that long-term investor, on very good projects. that you have studied, that you've read the white paper, that you truly, truly, truly believe in, because 80% of these names that you're hearing now are not going to be around in 3 to 5 years. It's just the truth. The best ones are going to separate themselves, and the weaker ones are going to fall out. I mean, you guys have seen coins that have been the top 100, and now where are they at? 4, 5, 600. You know, they're gone. So that's what I want to bring to you today, guys, because it's so much more important than just looking at charts all the time. We need to understand this stuff, and we need to evaluate our portfolios, and we need to say, hey, is this a crap coin? Do I need to get this out of here? Or is this one that I really believe down the road is going to do great for me? And those are the ones you want to invest in. And bear markets, guys, are an opportunity unlike none other, because you're getting to buy these assets at bargain prices. I go to the Goodwill. I find so much good stuff at the Goodwill, and I do that for a reason, because a lot of people will wear a shirt once or twice, and it's a nice name brand shirt, and they say, hey, I'm just giving it to the Goodwill, and I get to buy it for $3 when they spend $70 on it, and it looks brand new. I wash it, put it on, I'm ready to go. And we have to focus on our mindsets. That's what we have to do. So remember, guys, there's huge opportunities. Also remember, don't fight the trend. Remember, you can't stand in that raging river. If you guys ever watch that, like of hurricanes and things like that, when the water's just going down the road in the cities and things, it's crazy. But you can't fight that trend. It's going to go where it's going to go, and you're not going to make it turn. It's not going to turn until theirs hit that absolute bottom, and then you're going to see one of these billionaires come in, and they're going to drop a big pile of money in there, and we're going to be off to the races. So I want you guys here with me. If you could like, subscribe, all that. I want to continue to do this and share with you some of the stuff that I'm reading, guys, just on my desk right now. These are the books I've been going through, and some of them I try to go through 2 times. But whenever I can even read for 5 or 10 minutes, I'm going for it. So these are the main ones right now. We have Advanced Swing Trading. So we've been working on that one too. Getting Started in Candlestick Charting. I've read through this one time, and now I'm just kind of picking back through to different things. Wonderful book. It's by Tina Logan. Riding the Bear, How to Prosper in the Coming Bear Market. This is a really good one. And guys, it talks all about bull markets tend to rise slowly over a period of months, while bear markets can fall suddenly and sharply overnight, wiping out investment gains that took over months or even years to build. Like that's what these bears do. They jump out the window, and we have to be ready for it. And then the bear market game plan. So those are the ones that I'm really focusing on right now, trying to read as much as I can. Life's been crazy, but God is good. And I just hope you guys have a wonderful day. Take care. Leave some comments down below, and let me know what you think. What have you guys been doing? Are you looking at opportunities right now and saying, man, I think this could be a good business, and I have a little bit of capital on the side, and these are some cheap prices? I mean, you're looking at Neo, guys, around $20. Think about that. Neo around 20 when it was at $200 or so. That's insane. It's crazy. And I think that is going to be a good protocol. I do. I don't own one Neo right now, but I've been looking at it. That's one thing I've been thinking about, saying, hey, you know what, maybe take a little stab on that, because that's part of why I like Ethereum when things are built on them. You know, like that's a big deal. So, you know, that's why Bitcoin and Ethereum, those two, it's huge. They go back and forth. Ethereum's going to run over all the alts, essentially. You know, if Ethereum's down, the alts are going to be down. And it is what it is. So that's why Ethereum is so important. It's that protocol. But God bless each and every one of you. Keep your eye out. Tell me if you're looking at any coins that interest you, and maybe we could do some technical analysis on a coin. Like if 2 people say, hey, Neo, or 3 people, the majority, say the same coin, then maybe we could do that one and go through some technical analysis. But remember, guys, I'm only 30 years old. I've been doing this stuff now for a year, and done a lot of studying and different things like that, but I'm brand new to this as well. None of this is financial advice. It's just hanging out with you all. But God bless you.